What is up, everybody? It's Friday again. Man, the weeks are just going faster and faster. And well, I guess that happens as you get older. Man, I miss the days of being a kid where the days just would not end. It's like, oh man, where the sun go out so I can watch some TV, play some games. That was my rule back in the day growing up. Like when I was I was a child of divorce, so I had two houses I get to live at every week. Mom's house was cool. I could watch cable TV, play games, do it all. Like during the day, didn't matter. But when I was at dad's house, the rule was after 10 a.m., so like weekends, no more TV until the street lights come on. So it's like, gotta be outside, gotta play, gotta be active. But I just wanted to finish watching some Pokemon or play some video games. It's like, nope, get out there. So, but during those times, like what was I talking about that? Oh yeah, weeks and days are just going by faster and faster. But back then, during those times, when I was stuck outside playing, like the day would just never end. It's like, when's that sun going down? But I guess that's what happens as you get older. But welcome back to the show, guys. I am the Crypto Sherpa. I do crypto news article read-throughs here on the channel, and I just keep you informed on what's going on. And as the title says, like, you got to be on high alert right now because yesterday's news, we heard that Coinbase was not hacked. This was a human error, but someone bribed their customer support team and got some user information. So anybody who had a Coinbase account, like I think it affected 1%, but those people had like their names, emails, driver's license, partial bank account, and partial social security number on there. But the main thing that I'm worried about is the email that they got for you, because now like you are about to be blasted with like scam emails, phishing emails out there, just trying to get you to provide some login credentials, maybe even your seed phrase. So this is the time to be on high alert and really be up to date on your internet security, because you don't want to get any of your cryptos hacked or stolen. Again, self-custody is always the way to go when it comes to crypto. You want to just have your own. So that way, because again, when it's self-custody, you just have a seed phrase, your password, and your wallet. That's it. So as long as no one has your seed phrase, you're good. But when it comes to these exchanges out there, you got to be careful, because if they have that log information, they can log onto your account, purchase crypto, and send it off to their own wallets out there. So just little things of what could happen. But right now, they don't have your password information. So they got emails and everything. So they still can't log in. So that's why I said be cautious from emails going out there. And not just from Coinbase, this is for every single platform you got. Even crypto wallets out there, like you shouldn't be getting emails from them because they don't have your email address. So if you got something, say from Exodus or MetaMask, it's automatically a scam right there, because they would never contact you and they don't have your contact information. So just little things to be aware of. But let's learn about, again, who exactly was the one who compromised Coinbase yesterday. And looks like they've already fired the compromised agents out of India, because that's where it came from. So let's go through this article and a couple others on how we can stay safe in the space. So all of the Coinbase customer service agents whom cyber criminals allegedly bribed to gain access to user data were based in India, according to Philip Martin. Now, who's Philip Martin? Let's find out. Coinbase has reportedly fired a group of customer support agents following their alleged involvement in social engineering attacks on users. The contracted agents were based in India, and according to a May 15th Fortune interview, Coinbase's chief security officer, Philip Martin, okay, so that's who Philip Martin is, he's Coinbase's chief security officer, but Martin said that the company flagged customer support contractors who allowed scammers access to user data, suggesting that they could be Indian nationals. Now, the CSO's comments came after some crypto users reeled from attempted phishing attacks using their Coinbase data, which the exchange estimated could cost them between $180 million to $400 million in remediations and reimbursements. So if anybody did get affected, because I think this was, again, for like the pro people, but not like pro traders out there, but the Coinbase Pro membership accounts. Like if you had anything, like if you did get anything compromised, like they're expecting to pay this amount of money. So Kwao Wang, a core contributor to Alliance Style, said in a May 15th X post that he may have been a victim of one of these attacks. He said a scammer notified him that his Coinbase account had been compromised, asked him to verify his personal information, to which the criminal likely had access through the compromised agents, and requested that he would draw all his funds to a Coinbase self-custody wallet. And he said that I called them out at the very end of the call, telling them that they need to step up their game, said Wang. They told me that he had made $7 million that day. So, a lot of you out there may not be like so just like technical savvy or just aware of what like scammer tactics are. But this guy Wang, like he knew it straight from the bat. Like this was a scammer. He knew what was going on. Like when someone said that you had made $7 million that day, that's that's a scam, guys. If anybody's telling you that you can make this much in a day or in a couple of weeks, that's a scam site that someone just led you to. So don't fall for those either. But Cointelegraph reached out to Martin and Coinbase for comment, but had not received a response at the time of this publication, following the Securities and Exchange Commission disclosure, estimating up to 400 million in reimbursement shares of Coinbase Global. And yeah, so Coinbase Global even dropped more than 5% because of this. Now, there are regulatory concerns out there amid the data breach. Reports of the alleged bribes and user data breach came amid Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong's visit to lawmakers in Washington, D.C. to support crypto-related legislation. Now, Congress is considering another vote on a stablecoin bill and drafting legislation for a digital asset market structure bill, both of which are crucial policies that could favor the crypto industry. And I will be covering that article. I think it's like one of the second to last or the last ones out there. So we will be going over the changes to the Genius Act, which was vetoed, but now it's been a little changes, and they will be coming back with some more. So let's continue on. The New York Times also reported on May 15th that Coinbase is facing an SEC probe over allegedly misstating its users' numbers starting in 2021, though the regulatory dropped its enforcement action against Coinbase in March. SEC officials were reportedly continuing to investigate the exchange over its verified user numbers. But one of the issues stemmed from an SEC filing stating that exchanges recorded 43 million users before its 2021 public filing. Armstrong said that Coinbase had 103 million verified users in 2022. So Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal reportedly said that the matter was a holdover investigation from the prior administration. So yeah, so just be very cautious right now on the scammers are going out you. Like this one guy, Wang, he was able to be aware that this guy, the person that sent him an email, was a scammer out there. They tried to get him to verify some credentials. And then they were saying, oh, you made all this money. You're going to want to move it to a self-custody wallet. And then if you don't really understand crypto at all, you'll probably just start following that person's instructions instead of just doing it yourself. It's like, okay, well, let me download my own wallet. Let me send my assets over there. And you're not giving them any of that information. You're just doing this yourself. So but scammers, they're trying to get you to follow their instruction to lead you to some fake website, fake crypto wallet that they have control over. And they'll say something like, we're going to keep it safe, and then once we finish this, we'll send it back over, but they never will. So just be very on high alert, though, for like some emails that may be going out there. And just, again, what do? If you see an email from Coinbase, just delete it. Don't even bother opening it, clicking on it. Like, just start deleting anything like that. Like, there's no point in giving it a click, making a simple mistake. And then a lot of you out there may be going, well, how do I know which is a real email and which is a fake one? Well, if you got an email from Coinbase and you weren't even on the platform itself, scammer. If you got an email like moments after you say logged on, did a transaction, and it says, oh, there's a transaction going on, email, that one, you know it's you because you initiated it. You were actually on Coinbase, you were doing some stuff, and then you got a notification with an email saying that's from Coinbase. That one's legit because you did it. But if it just came out of the blue, middle of the night, middle of the morning, you haven't touched Coinbase in a week, or not, let alone Coinbase. This is every single crypto exchange out there. Like, it's just these sacrifice, like, we're trusting our data with these guys. That's why when we do KYCs, they have all this information, we're trusting them with it. So it's not just Coinbase that is terrible, it's all of the exchanges are terrible, whether it be Kraken, whether it be Binance, crypto.com. You are trusting them with your data. So that's why, like, once you get in the crypto space and have crypto, it's easy to move away from this platform. So some people are going, well, don't you still have to buy into it to get it? Yeah, that's the one way to do it, but you got to do this little hurdles. But you can start like, hey, doing some side jobs and asking people to pay you in Bitcoin. Yeah, except you're paying Bitcoin, do everything in Bitcoin, crypto, whatever. And then once you get it, you don't even need to go through these centralized entities anymore. So yeah, just little things to go out there. But be aware of these types of emails out there, but as well as what else is there? Voice-over impersonator scammers out there. Yeah, so that's like another thing to be aware of. Like, you may get a phone call that sounds like your mom, and it's actually a deep fake voice message just pretending to be them. So you gotta be cautious about that. And we get this warning from the FBI even acknowledging it. So AI scammers are now impersonating U.S. government bigwigs, says the FBI. So hackers are using deep fake voice messages to steal data from individuals, many of whom are current and former U.S. federal and state officials out there. So they're not just impersonating like crypto exchange users or family, they're even impersonating like FBI and governmental officials out there. So this is just, yeah, it's a scary world out there, but as long as you know how to spot what a fake is and a scammer, you got nothing to worry about. But you got to learn You just got to learn what to look out for to be safe. But deepfake-assisted hackers are now targeting U.S. federal and state officials by masquerading as senior U.S. officials in the latest brazen phishing campaign to steal sensitive data. Now, the bad actors have been operating since April using deepfake voice messages and text messages to masquerade as senior government officials and establish rapport with victims. And the FBI said in a May 15th warning that if you received a message claiming to be from the senior U.S. official, do not assume it's authentic, the agency said. If U.S. official accounts are compromised, the scam could become far worse because hackers can then target other government officials or their associates and contacts by using trusted contact information that they obtained, said the FBI. Now, as part of these scams, the FBI says that hackers are trying to access victims' accounts through malicious links and directing them to hacker-controlled platforms or websites that steal sensitive data like passwords. Like I said, scammers will try to lead you to another platform, another site that may look like the original. I'm going to keep going back to Coinbase as an example because everybody knows about Coinbase and everything. But scammers will try to lead you to a fake Coinbase account. Like if you actually check the URL, like where we did, yes, if you check like the URL up here, like these guys, see where I just highlighted, you can verify it. Like it will say Coinbase.com if it was an official link. But usually these scammers will do like Coinbase-copy- some other word out there.com, a totally just not official website link out there. So you got to be, so that's one way to be cautious and aware. Just look at the surroundings of everything. When it comes to emails, look at who sent the email. Was it like just some long name that doesn't have the people's actual information in it? Checking the URLs, making sure it copies the official one. But these are just little things you got to look for to stay safe. But the FBI also posted a tweet about this, saying the FBI has released a PSA warning about ongoing malicious text and AI-generated voice messages campaign impersonating senior U.S. federal or state government officials. Click the tips to help you spot fake messages. So they even gave you a little list on what to look out for. Like I said, just look at the numbers, look at URLs, look at emails. Just pay attention to every single little detail you can. But contact information acquired through social engineering schemes could also be used to impersonate contacts to elicit information or funds, the agency added. Now, crypto founders are targeted in separate deepfake attacks out there. So in an unrelated deepfake scam, Sandeep Naral, co-founder of blockchain platform Polygon, raised the alarm on a May 13th X post that bad actors were also impersonating him with deepfakes. Nilwal said that the attack vector is horrifying and had left him slightly shaken because several people had called me on Telegram asking if I was on a Zoom call with them, and I'm asking them to install a script. And so he was like, nope, scammer. Here's what he said exactly. Security alert, scams going on with deep fakes. This attack vector is horrifying. It shook me up as the last 24 hours. 2 to 3 people called me on Telegram asking if I was on a Zoom call with them, and I'm asking them to install scripts right now. So here's these scammers, how they're running the attack vector. So they hack the Telegram, the Telegram of Polygon Venture lead Shrey Nash. They ping all the portcos and potential portcos who have ever interacted with Shreyant and ask to reconnect. Founders, especially the ones looking to gear up for the next round, book the meeting. They're asked to join a Zoom call, which has polygon.zoom.xxxx, but they can only join the call on a desktop. Now, on a call, apparently there is a deep fake of me, Shreyant, and some other woman disguised as a fun team member. Now, the audio is disabled, and since your voice is not working, the scammer asks you to install some SDK. If you install, it's game over. So that's how they're doing it. They are leading you to a fake Zoom account. They try to get to do the link, but then you can't have any audio on there because now they just made you think that you have a problem. It's like, oh, my audio is not working. I guess I need to download this file they're telling me to do to get it to work. But the moment they download that file, game over. Like they said, everything, you got your data, they may have your cryptos, and so be cautious. Now, as part of the scam, the bad actors hacked the Telegram of Polygon's Ventures lead, Shreyant, and pinged people asking them to jump into a Zoom call that they had a deep fake of him on. And according to Nawal, the audio messages were disabled again since your voice is not working. The scammers asked you to install some SDK file, and then if you did, it's over. But other issue is that there's no way to complain to this Telegram and get their attention on this matter. I understand that they can't possibly take all these service calls, but there should be a way to do it. Maybe some sort of social way to call out a particular account. That would be nice if they did. But at least one user replied in the comments saying that fraudsters had targeted them, while Web3 OG W1 said that she had also been deep faked in a similar scam. So here's Dove, the Rug the Fiat one. She said, same scam from my side too. So thanks Praying for being risky and OPSEC. Got this deep fake snap for me. It looks like me, talks like me. Please stay safe there, friends. Scammers are working really hard to get deep fakes in production level utility these days. So yeah, so she was even scammed off of like Snapchat out there. Like, so deep fake AI systems are like getting really, really close to the real thing. But there are still little subtle changes that you just gotta know and see about. It's like hard to explain because like it sounds legit, it sounds so real and everything, but I don't know. It's just I feel like since I've like seen this so many times, I just know the little subtle changes like in text and audio, just the way they speak. It's just the way it looks. I don't know. I can just see that it's an AI generated like template out there. So it's just something you gotta work on seeing yourself. So something you just gotta train. Just keep looking at these articles. Like you're not falling for the scams, but just keep looking at all the scams out there. Like truly be aware of what they look like, how they work, exactly what they do look like. How do they do it? Like what are they specifically saying? And then when you can see that, you can just kind of get those little red flags that jump up. So yeah, deep AI is getting crazy. But FBI and crypto founders say that vigilance is key to avoiding scams. Nawal suggests that the best way to avoid being duped by these types of scams is to never install anything during an online interaction initiated by another person, and to keep a separate device specifically for accessing crypto wallets. Like we say all the time, you want a crypto vault that you do nothing on there but store your crypto. So where can you get that? Well, the Crypto Club here sells Calyx Solutions, crypto-only laptops designed specifically for just holding on your crypto. So that's what you would want to have to keep yourself safe. It's just a little tactic to have to just extra security measures for you. So you have a normal computer for whatever, purchasing, trading, looking at information, doing whatever you want. But then you have your separate crypto computer. This is your vault. This is your bank account. This is something you're only touching to either receive or send. That's it. That's all you're doing with that. So that's a way to stay safe in the space. But meanwhile, the FBI says to verify the identity of anyone who contacts you, examine all sender addresses for mistakes or inconsistencies, and check images and videos for distorted hands, feet, or unrealistic facial features. So like I said, checking the URL, checking the email name, just any little subtle changes right there can make you aware of if it's a scam or not. But at the same time, the agency recommends never sharing any sensitive information with someone you have never met, clicking links from people you don't know, and setting up two-factor or multi-factor authentication. So yeah, so 2FA security, but like the first step right there, never just download or install any information that you're talking with someone online that you never met in person too. It's like, because there's so many scammers out there. They get a hold of you through WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, Snapchat, TikTok. They're trying to get a hold of you through social media platforms. It's not really through like text messages. They only get you through a text if they got that information. But this is how they're getting a hold of people. They're chatting, they're becoming friends. They're trying to build your trust to eventually go, oh, hey, I've been involved in this one project. I'm making so much money. Oh, here's some photos. Look at what I can make in this day and everything. I can show you how to do it too. And then that's when they got you because they build your trust. They go, okay, I want to try it. So no. So anybody online, just be cautious of who you're speaking to. And then are there any other ways to stay protected? Let's ask ChatGPT to see what it says. How to protect against crypto scammers out there? Well, let's see. So protecting yourself against crypto scammers is essential in the digital asset space where fraud and deception are rampant. Here are some practical steps. So secure your wallets out there. Use hardware wallets like Trezor or Calyx Solutions laptop to store large amounts of crypto offline. Never share your private keys or seed phrases with anyone, not even support staff. So again, yeah, not even support staff, guys. Your seed phrases only need to come out if you broke your wallet and you need to recover it into another device, or you forgot your password and you need to change that. Those are the only two times you need to bring out your seed phrase. So other than that, if anybody asks you for it, it's a scam. And then also use strong passwords and enable two-factor authentication on all your accounts. And that's every single account out there. That's your email address. That's your social medias. That's your financial apps like Venmo, Cash App. It's like anywhere you can have a two-factor authentication, do it. And then common things for knowing common scams out there. So these are the types of scams you get. You got phishing scams, which are just fake emails, websites, or social media accounts that mimic legit services. And double check URLs. Never click on links from unknown sources out there. So if you want to get like official source links for like say a crypto project or anything, go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. Like see, so if you want to go, oh, I need to look up Solana, where can I get like some information on there? You just find the token you want. You scroll down. Oh, look, here's a website tab. If I click on it, it's going to take me straight over to the official Solana website page. And then say, oh, there's a white paper. I look at that. Oh, here's a Twitter account. Now I can find the official Twitter account from them. So you're not just looking for some random one with a fake Solana name. So when you're looking for official information, use CoinMarketCap, use CoinGecko. They work exactly the same, and they provide you with the information with correct links out there. So that's one way to stay safe. And then also be aware of impersonators. Scammers pose as influencers, celebrities, or support staff on Telegram or Discord. Now, no legit person will ask you for crypto or login details via DM. So keep this in mind. Nobody will ever ask you for that. So keep that in mind. So if anybody asks you for it, they're a scam. So let that be a red flag. You stop talking to them. Then there's the giveaway scams out there. We see these all the time. Hey, send us 0.1 Bitcoin and you get 1 Bitcoin back. It's always a scam. Do not fall for it. Like you may be on YouTube watching, oh, hey, there's a Bitcoin Ben and he's got a QR code saying, send me 1 Bitcoin. I'll send you 3 back. That's not Ben. Or common ones. We see Elon Musk. We see Michael Saylor. Or we see a fake Mark Zuckerberg and fake who are the other ones? Jack Mallers. Like there are fake impersonators out there, like who are using old video content out there to make you think it's a live video with a QR code. So if you ever see the send 1 or send 2 and you get like double back, it's always a scam. So again, legitimate giveaways, never ask for funds up front. And then also be aware of pump and dump schemes. So be cautious of low volume coins suddenly being hyped on social media. Always do your research behind it, because again, like the moment you get on the project out there and it's like, oh, this is a good project, everyone's talking about it, and then after you bought in, bam, straight to the ground, and you just got rugged and dumped on, and now you're just left holding it back. So always do research before you get into some low volume coins out there. And then again, always do thorough research. Use trusted sites like CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, like I said and I showed you, and project white papers. Look into the team members, use cases, tokenomics, and community. Be skeptical of projects with anonymous teams, unrealistic promises, or no working products out there. So when you see like a new project out there people are talking about, take a look at their team. Is it actually real? Is it working right now? If it's not, then I probably wouldn't want to take a chance on it. Then again, use trusted platforms, stick to the reputable exchanges. Well, this one says Coinbase, Kraken, Binance. And again, we just saw that our data is never safe with any centralized entity out there. So I know it's our way to be on-ramped into the crypto space, but once you got it, put it in your own custody. But then also be cautious of sketchy DeFi platforms out there. So you may find a DeFi exchange, which is a decentralized exchange out there. And like, be sure it's a legit one, like Uniswap, or there's PancakeSwap, MinSwap. Like they all have like swap in it usually, but those are decentralized exchanges out there. Be sure you click on a legit one. And then always stay educated, follow security-focused content from creators like, oh, Heidi Carlson. I use ChatGPT so much, you got Heidi on here. Andreas Antonopoulos, and trusted crypto educators. And then also watch for red flags. So if a scammer or person's pressuring you in an urgency about like, you're going to miss out, or you just got hacked and you need to do this, like, that is a red flag if they're trying to really push you to do something right then and there. So that is like side of a scam. Promises of guaranteed returns, earn like 3% daily. It's like yep, that's kind of a scam. Poor grammar, unprofessional communication, and that's another sign. And request for remote access or crypto payments. So never link your computer up with anybody or give anybody access to it. I know my laptop has definitely been compromised because I used it for school back in the day in college. I had to take a test. I had to sync my computer with the school system. So I'm trusting Golden West College in California that data has never been breached. So yeah, so never give anybody remote access to your computer. And then again, if you're unsure, ask first out. Reach out to someone trusted before sending any funds. Contact the crypto club. Well, that's what we're here for, to make sure you guys are safe. This is like still the Wild West. Regulation is still being put into place, but scammers are just in full force. So if you're ever unsure, give us a call. We can give you a quick, simple answer saying, yep, that's a scam. Don't talk to them. Block them. Don't send them anything. Then you'll be good. So yeah, so those are just little steps to take to be safe out there. So, oh man, this was 2 articles just keeping you guys safe and protected out there. Let's take a quick break and then we'll continue on with some more crypto news, more about just the adoption going around the world. So here we go. Let's play a quick ad and we'll be right back.
Attention visionaries and pioneers, the future of wealth is here, and it's spelled Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Introducing the exclusive Loans for Bitcoin program at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where your good credit unlocks 0% interest loans for up to 2 years, or term loans up to $250,000 spread over 7 to 12 years. Why wait? Use this capital to acquire the world's fastest appreciating asset, Bitcoin. With prices hovering around 94,000 and projections aiming much higher by the year's end, the time to act is now. Leverage isn't just for Wall Street anymore. Arbitrage the low cost of your loan against Bitcoin's explosive growth. It's smart finance for the modern investor. And privacy matters. Our no KYC Bitcoin purchase program ensures you buy and self-custody your assets in your own wallet. Your keys, your Bitcoin, your future. And as the world shifts to digital currencies, be ahead of the curve. Front-run corporations, governments, in this greatest financial revolution of our times. I'm Jay Bose, CEO of Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. Call or text us today at 941-413-6920 and get started on that loan application. Secure your legacy. You will thank yourself tomorrow.
And we are back. And yeah, guys, if you want more information about those programs we got, go to bbcprograms.com or text us or give us a call at 941-413-6920. And again, to get more information on it, you can see a brief videos in that website right there. But to get more actual information, links to who these partnerships are with these programs, you do have to be a member of the club. We're a private membership association, so we cannot just disclose that to the public. So if you want more information on it, join the club and we'll get you all the information and links you need. All right, let's move on to some more news. What's going on with the adoption around the world? Bitcoin, again, we know is scarce. There's only 21 million. 5 or 6 million's gone or lost forever from people who just have lost wallets, forgotten seed phrases, passwords out there. So it's a scarce asset, and we know the world is loving it right now. MicroStrategy's company holds 560,000. I believe MetaPlanet holds like 30,000 or 40,000. They just surpassed El Salvador's holding in like the 30, 40,000. And then now we have a company in China that's actually acquiring Bitcoin for their treasury as well. So it's happening all over the world. People are gobbling up Bitcoin, and we are right now they're keeping the price like steady where it's at. But again, once you cannot get Bitcoin the traditional way, like off an exchange, actually through the miners itself, that's when we're really going to see a price crunch and like really hit, because we're going to have so many buy orders, but not enough sell orders to fulfill it. So that's why the price will go up. Let's hear about this China company, Day Cook, and that's what it's called, Day Cook, and how they plan to acquire 5,000 Bitcoin. So Hong Kong-rooted DDC has acquired 100 Bitcoin as part of its BTC reserve plan to acquire 5,000 Bitcoin in the next 36 months. Now, mainland China, one of the most restrictive countries toward cryptocurrency, may be inching closer to adoption as a locally operating brand announced a Bitcoin reserve strategy. The DDC enterprise, also known as Day Cook, a U.S. consumer brand with Hong Kong roots and operations in mainland China, is adopting a Bitcoin reserve strategy. CEO Norma Chu announced in a shareholder letter on May 15th that as part of the strategy, DDC has acquired 100 Bitcoin for about $10.4 million and plans to accumulate 5,000 Bitcoin in the next 36 months, with 500 BTC targeted by the end of 2025. Now, Chu's Bitcoin reserve announcement came after the firm posted a 33% revenue increase in 2024, with a total revenue amounting to 273.3 million Chinese yuan, and roughly comes out to 37.4 million US dollars, according to its Form 20F filing with the US Securities and Exchange Commission on the 15th. Now, DDC's Bitcoin plans missing in SEC records. So despite the public announcement, the DDC's latest SEC filings do not explicitly mention the company's Bitcoin holdings or a Bitcoin reserve strategy. They said that we are embarking on a pioneer initiative to position DDC at the forefront of digital asset innovation with a laser-focused execution on Bitcoin accumulation, the DDC CEO said in the shareholder letter. Now, Chu previously announced that DDC's intentions to adopt a Bitcoin reserve strategy in another letter on March 18th. So We got 2 days to hear about that. But here is that pinned tweet from Norma. DDC announces strategy to create Bitcoin reserves, starting with 100 Bitcoin and the premium priced. Strategy is a kind of a hyphenated. Everyone's following the strategy plan right now. But although the DDC's annual report does not mention Bitcoin reserve plans, the SEC filings provides hints on the company's intended adoption of BTC as a new asset class. Now, the company Day Cook, what's that company name again? Day Cook. I just had to look up for that one. The company Day Cook is evaluating strategies to obtain the required additional funding for future operations, the report said, adding. And the company plans to diversify revenue streams and implement cost-saving measures to grow revenues and decrease expenses. However, the company may be unable to access further equity or debt financing when needed. So additionally, the filing refers to crypto disclosure guidelines set by the Accounting Standards Update by the Financial Accounting Standards Board issued in late 2023. Now, in December of 2023, the FASB issued the ASU 2023-08 Intangible Goodwill and Other Crypto Assets subtopic 350-60. So that's the code for, like, if you want to actually look for it, it's issued the 2203. It's other crypto assets, and it's classified as subtopic 350. So just little ways so you can actually search for the actual law form they did. The accounting for and disclosure of crypto assets, the filing notes that adding the firms are allowed to start using the new rules earlier if the financial reports have been published yet. Now, China's evolving stance on crypto. DDC's filing says that the firms partly operates in mainland China and Hong Kong, which puts its financial conditions and growth under the influence of local political, economical, and social developments. As of May 2025, mainland China has maintained a restrictive agenda toward cryptocurrency trading and mining since 2021, when the local regulators announced a major ban on transactions. However, many online reports have speculated that China may lift its crypto ban amid growing adoption in Hong Kong, as well as the other ongoing global shift that crypto is fueled by crypto-friendly approaches of the U.S. administration under President Trump's lead. And let's see, what's this chart showing? Bitcoin mining map by countries as of January 2022. So the darker the color, the more mining's happening right now. United States, we got some China in there, and some, is that Russia? Ukraine? Well, no, Russia's up here. That's somewhere. I'm terrible at it. But you can see, like, the places that have lighter colors, they're not doing so much mining out there. But still, some analysts have questioned mainland China's plan to unban Bitcoin, despite the fact that it has somehow remained a major global player in Bitcoin mining even after the ban was enacted. Now, Cointelegraph approached DDC for comment regarding its Bitcoin reserve plans, but did not receive response before it. So again, so a company in China, China's actually getting a little bit more lenient towards it. Like, they did do a ban on people from holding it now, so they banned that ban, and so people will now hold it again, so not breaking any rules. But China does hold, they're one of the second biggest holders for government or countries that hold it, right next to the United States. The U.S. had 200,000, same with China, worth of Bitcoin. Not $200,000, they had 200,000 actual Bitcoins. So they are still holding it. They're still a player in it. They made a lot of bans. They kind of control the markets that way. But yeah, so China's getting on board too. But again, this is happening all over the world. It's people slowly adopting a Bitcoin reserve plan. And again, when they're putting in a reserve, they're holding on to it. They're not going to be moving it around. Maybe down the road, they're bar against it and do that right now. But they just want to make Bitcoin even more scarce. So that's coming from China. So that's on our East Coast side of the world. And now let's go south of the US right now, where Brazil's fintech gets approval to become a Bitcoin treasury company. So, yep. Everyone wants to have a Bitcoin treasury right now, guys. We see this every day. This is why we know Bitcoin's is going to keep going up, because everybody's on board now. This isn't just retail. These are the big guys. So let's go through this article and learn a little bit more. After I say who's texting right now, let's see. We got from BBQ Sunday. Oh, BBQ Sunday. So that's going to be fun. All right, let's learn about this Brazil fintech. So a Brazilian fintech firm, Melusa, shareholders officially approved a Bitcoin treasury proposal on May 15th. With the firm also announcing it acquired another 274 Bitcoin. So Melusa's executive chairman says his fintech firm has become Brazil's first publicly traded Bitcoin treasury company following shareholder approval, with the firm also announcing it bought $28.4 million worth of Bitcoin to add to its existing stack. So it's a historic day, they said. Our shareholders have approved by a wide majority the transformation of Melusa into the first Bitcoin treasury company listed in Brazil, said Israel Salman, and he posted that on an X account on May 15th. Now, Solomon said that the firm snapped up 274.52 Bitcoin for an average purchase price of 103,604 per Bitcoin. This was achieving a BTC yield of 600%. Now, Miluz now holds 320.3 Bitcoin, worth a little over $33 million, with the latest purchase adding to the Brazilian fintech firm first purchase of 45.73 Bitcoin on March 6th. Now, in the May 15th statement, Miluz said that it would accumulate Bitcoin in an accredited way for shareholders using a range of financial instruments. So rather than just allocating parts of its cash to Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation or currency devaluation, the company has repositioned its purpose to act by maximizing the amount of Bitcoin per share. According to Solomon, Miluz is the first Bitcoin treasury company in Latin America because the planned Bitcoin investments are now part of its business strategy. BitcoinTreasuries.net data shows that the e-commerce platform Mercado Libre holds more with over 570 Bitcoin in the balance sheets worth $59.2 million after its latest purchase on March 31st. Now, Miluz has been one of Brazil's top performing stocks as of late. It has been one of the best performing stocks in Brazil, Bolsa Balco, since the firm announced its first Bitcoin purchase on March 6th, increasing more than 117% since then, according to Google Finance data. Miluz's market cap sits at 727.9 Brazilian real, or more than $128 million US. Now, the fintech firm is well known for its cashback program and serves over 30 million users across Brazil, and a very special day related to our Bitcoin strategy and be able to celebrate with Sailor, and it makes it even more meaningful. So thank you for paving the way. So again, people who take on the strategy, they are winning it. They are literally, they're seeing it in their stocks. We saw it first with strategy. Everyone was skeptical about it. And then we get Metaplan. It's like, you know what? Let's try that. That's a Japanese firm. And then their stocks were going forth. And now Miluz with the stock ticker. They first made their purchase on March 6th and went up 100%. So any business that's acquiring Bitcoin on their balance sheets, their stocks are just telling us that they're doing something right. It's like when people look at them, well, what's this business doing? Why is their stock going up? What's making them so interested? It's because they're getting into Bitcoin. So that kind of tells you that you should be in Bitcoin too. Like, do as what these guys do, not as what they say. So that has always been my metric, because people can say a lot of stuff could lead you in the wrong way. But if you just actually watch to see what they do, it's like, oh, they're doing what's going to benefit them. Let me copy what they're doing, because then that can benefit me. So just get some Bitcoin, guys, and you will be great. Now let's move on to our final two articles covering stablecoin. So I mentioned the Genius Act went through changes. It was vetoed, but now we're going to get some changes with it as it comes up to its next viewing. So Senate stablecoin bill makes progress with a new draft. Now here's what's in it. So a new draft of the Genius Act is being touted by Democrats as containing major consensus or concessions that the bill may receive a new floor vote in the coming days. So amidst the nail-biter week-long drama over whether Senate's Genius Act is really a dead or not progress, it appears to have been made Thursday, with pro-crypto Democrats now touting concessions that they've received from Republican colleagues in a new draft bill, which could see a vote by earlier next week. Now, by decryptobtaining a copy and review this negotiated draft of the Senate stablecoin legislation, the bill indeed contains new language on issues such as national security protection, ethics, big tech, and foreign issuers. But it's currently unclear if these measures will have enough teeth to make them enforceable. Now, the most high-profile issue plaguing negotiations over the bill has to do with the president himself, Donald Trump, and perceived crypto-related conflicts of interest. His family's crypto firm, World Financial, launched its own stablecoin earlier this year and recently announced a $2 billion deal related to the token with the UAE's government. Now, Democrats insisted that Trump must not be permitted to issue stablecoins while in office. And in the bill's new language, which Democrats touted as containing improved ethics considerations, the president and the vice president are still exempt from rule barring all senior executive branch officials from issuing their own stablecoins. Now, the new language does now, and however explicitly forbid executive special government employees like Elon Musk and White House AI crypto czar David Sachs from offering such tokens. Now, stablecoins are cryptocurrencies typically pegged to the US dollar that allow users to enter and exit asset trades without accessing dollars directly. They can also be used to send remittances or payments overseas, and it is expected that once stablecoin legislation is signed into law, traditional banking firms will flood the sector, bringing billions, if not trillions of dollars into crypto. Now, the Genius Act would establish a legal framework for issuing stablecoins in the United States. Another key sticking point in negotiations over the bill has been the prospect of tech titans like Apple, Meta, and Amazon launching their own stablecoins and using financial data from those tokens to target users and study their purchasing behavior. While the new draft of the Genius Act does not include text targeting big tech for the first time, it may still fall short of its intended goal. So there still could be some stuff going because, yeah, is Facebook or technically Meta going to be going back into it? Back in the day, they tried releasing a Libra token out there, didn't really go anywhere. But according to the bill's latest draft, a public company that is not predominantly engaged in one or more financial activities, aka big tech firms, may only issue a stablecoin if an independent stablecoin certification review committee finds it will not pose a material risk to the U.S. banking system, and that the company does not either use stablecoin transaction data to target customers or sell such data to third parties. Big tech companies would still be fully entitled to use stablecoin transaction data. However, they want and sell it to whoever they want to, so long as they get customers' consent in their terms of service. Now, a further concern about stablecoins voiced by some Democrats has been the possibility that such tokens might depeg from their dollar valuations and collapse, spreading havoc through the American financial system. Now, exacerbating risks in such a scenario is the fact that stablecoins are not backed by the FDIC, so the US government would make no guarantee to repay customers in the event of a bank run. Now, the new Genius Act now contains language on insolvency, but makes no firm commitments on the subject. Instead, the new bill mandates stablecoin regulators to conduct a study due to Congress within 3 years of the Genius Act becoming law, examining what would happen if a stablecoin went insolvent, whether customers can get paid out, and whether changes would need to be made to bankruptcy laws and insolvency administration's regimes accommodate such a situation that there is no obligations placed on Congress to do anything with the study. And yeah, a stablecoin could depeg. We saw it with Terra Luna stablecoin. Even USDC, the second largest stablecoin out there right now that's still being used, it depegged back in 2021, 2022, when FTX collapsed and Silvergate Bank collapsed. We saw USDC depeg from the dollar go all the way down to like 80 cents right there. And then usually that's like the end sign of it all for a stablecoin, but definitely government bailout for saving Silvergate Bank. That kind of brought back USDC up again to its dollar peg situation. But no, coins could depeg, so that is a risk. Now, a major issue related to stablecoin bills pending in both Chamber of Commerce has been how these bills treat foreign issuers, namely Tether, the world's largest stablecoin company, which is based in El Salvador. Previous drafts of the Genius Act have allowed stablecoins not registered in the United States to be offered stateside, so long as countries of those tokens are issued from having laws compared to the Genius Act on the books, but Democrats have complained such requirements do not adequately address their concerns about the stablecoins like Tether, which they say have been used much more frequently to facilitate money laundering or sanction evasion. Now, the new and improved Genius Act contains language on such issues, but leaves discretion on the question. It's up to the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. For example, foreign nations with comparable stablecoin regimes can now be jurisdictions of primary money laundering concern, a determination left to the Treasury Secretary. Now, these nations also must now have in place adequate anti-money laundering and counter-financial financing of terrorism programs and sanction compliance standards as determined by the Secretary. And as a political appointee serving at the pleasure of the President, it's unclear what determinations the Treasury Secretary would make in the arena. Now, the government of El Salvador, where Tether is headquartered, has close ties to Trump administration, which itself has ties to Tether. Now, it remains uncertain whether the Genius Act has regained support of key Democrats, many of whom have requested the review of the new bill text before it's brought to a vote. But the next text is circulating. It's a sign itself that pro-crypto Democrats feel confident that they've acquired enough concessions to press forward with a new floor vote on the legislation. Now, crypto policy leaders anxiously fretted over the past week that Democrats might be able to use the newly found leverage to attract major concessions from Republicans over the bills and their sticking points. But with the emergence of the next text, those fears have all but evaporated. I feel like I'm missing something. One crypto industry leader who reviewed the new Genius Act told Decrypt because it reads too good to be true. And whenever I see something that is too good to be true, I'm always skeptical about it. So that's what some of them might be feeling with it. Like, is this true? Is this good? Might not be totally in their favor just yet. So that's what changes are going on with the new stablecoin bill. They're going to review it, and we may see another vote next week if it does get pushed through. So We'll see if that takes place, but hopefully so, because institutions are using more stablecoins out there. That's the article said. And I don't think I'll go through this article, but again, 90% of institutions are now using exploring stablecoins with, it says, Fireblocks. So yeah, nearly half of respondents, 49%, report already using stablecoins for the payment process. And that is a growing number of financial institutions which are turning to stablecoins, with 90% actually using and preparing to integrate into their operations. According to a May 15 report from Fireblocks, which gathered insights from 295 executives across banks, fintech firms, and payment processors, there have been a significant shift in institutions' attitudes towards digital dollar-pegged assets. Now, nearly half of the respondents reported already using stablecoins for payment, while 23% are running pilot programs and 18% are in the planning phase. Just 10% remains undecided with it. So again, stablecoin adoption is a race for relevance right now. People are just trying to figure it out, what's going on with it. And they're realizing, oh, this is 24/7. This isn't like our traditional banking, where it's just Monday to Friday, usual rules and everything. But so institutions are even on board with cryptocurrency. They're either already using it, they're in the testing phase of it, or they're practicing it. So yeah, so stable coins, we need that genius bill to get pushed through just to have some regulations on it. And then again, more institutions, like those final 10% out there, will get on board. But that's it, everybody, for the news. Just again, stay safe out there with crypto scammers, be on high alert. If you missed out on the first part of the video, that's basically what we covered about Coinbase's hack out there and what was going on. So just stay safe, be diligent, do your research. If you're uncertain about anything, give the club a call. We're here to help. Now let's take a quick look at the Fear and Greed Index before we head out. Looks like we are down today, so we're in a 69. We're kind of making our way to the neutral territory, so not bad there. Same with the altcoin season. Looks like we're heading downwards to 27 again. So everyone's still just waiting on that. Like, when's alt season? When's alt season? We don't know. We just wanted to hit our race so we can see our X's and put it back into Bitcoin. But that's it, everybody. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. I'll be back on Monday with more crypto news for you. So take care. Love ya. Peace.
In a world where your data is constantly under attack, one company stands for your digital freedom. Introducing Calyx Solutions, your gateway to ultimate online privacy and secure cryptocurrency trading. Meet the Liberty Laptop. With its modified OS and advanced tracking prevention, it's your shield against surveillance. Access restricted areas, use recommended security software, and browse with confidence. Your digital footprint? Virtually non-existent. For the crypto pros, we present the Crypto Laptop. Pre-configured on premium hardware for secure trading. Optimized for your favorite wallets and exchanges, it's the fortress your digital assets deserve. Both laptops come with expert individual training and support. You're never alone in your journey to digital empowerment. At Calyx Solutions, we put you in control. No more worrying about data breaches or compromised transactions. Ready to join the revolution? Visit calyxsolutions.io and choose your perfect laptop today. Plus, become an affiliate and earn while sharing the power of digital freedom. Calyx Solutions. Unlock your digital freedom. Give us a call or text at 702-845-8276 or visit us directly at calyxsolutions.io.